Hey traders, welcome to another market update. Today is the 27th of January 2021, and we're starting off on the daily chart for Bitcoin here. There's a few things I want to talk about with regards to the current price action and the pattern that's potentially forming for Bitcoin on the daily chart here. This is known as a bull flag pattern. So it's simple. There's a few rules to understand. With a bull flag, we need an impulsive move to the upside to start the pattern. We do have our impulsive move. This is also known as the flagpole to start the initiation of this pattern. We had that. Obviously, I'm not counting the rest of this because this was a consolidation pattern here. So I'm looking for the impulsive leg. We can see that's the flagpole. And then we need a parallel channel connecting at least 2 or 3 highs and 2 or 3 lows. That's the rules with a flag pattern. And then we're looking on the Fibonacci tool, we're looking for at least a 50% retracement. So let's go to the Fibonacci tool. Fibonacci retracement. My Fib tool looks a little different than yours maybe might. And I'm gonna pull it all the way to that swing high. And we can see that 50, the level 50 lines up around $29,800 per Bitcoin. So we are still overall short-term and medium-term bearish here, seeing that we did break our previous swing low on the daily chart, and we are now making lower lows and lower highs. But this pattern could potentially still be in favor of the bulls, in favor of the buyers. So here's what I'm going to look for Bitcoin. Yes, short term, anything can happen with the price action. We can still hit our target. You can see we're still in this short position since yesterday. Went into a little bit of a drawdown, but that's fine. I'm still confident that the price has one more sweep to the low side here. Perhaps come and close a daily candle somewhere around this zone, this area. We could even see an extremely volatile spike down as low as $22,800. So that's possible as well. But remember, the moment that we break and close a daily candle above this upper resistance line of this bull flag, that's when I'm going to be looking to start buying aggressively for a longer to medium term trade back up to the upside, because this will have a measured move. The measured move would be from this ultimate bottom right here to the top of where our flagpole is drawn. There we go. That would be the measured move. And if we were to break out from, let's say, here today, then that measured move would point towards around $58,000. Let's call it $60,000 a Bitcoin. If it breaks out a little bit lower, then the price target will come lower naturally as well. Then we're looking at about $56,000 to about $55,000. So we'll keep an eye on this one. The moment we have this breakout, then we know exactly what to do. But then to the same token, there are still a few things to discuss here. The fact that the daily chart, and I'll go back in history just now to show this, is closing daily candles below this purple line, the 21 exponential. And the 10 simple, the blue line, is crossing below the 21 exponential, as you can see right there. We usually see a longer term consolidation pattern, and I'll show you throughout the history of Bitcoin, right? The moment that we go below the 21 exponential on the daily chart, the purple line, and the blue is below the purple line, we can see that we usually go into a longer term consolidation pattern right over here. This actually started in July and it finally got resolved in October. So it's July, it's about 2 months worth of sideways action here without anything really happening in the market. So we could see that with Bitcoin. We could see a very boring February in front of us as well. Let's look for another example here. Price is below the 21 exponential and the 10 simple is below the 21. Then we can see that the price actually started consolidating more. Overall, another 2 or 3 months, 2.5 months worth of consolidation that happened here again from April. And the resolution for this pattern was around July. So it's very interesting to see that we are now seeing the same pattern playing out. We are starting to see some consolidation. Another way to know that there are signs of consolidation instead of accumulation is because we can look at the drop in volume. We can see less participation in the market. So there's a little bit of a tip for you guys. You can go and draw this into your Bitcoin screen, into your Bitcoin chart. I just explained how to draw this flag pattern, this bull flag pattern. A bear flag would be an ascending channel of any sort. And the moment that we break to the downside of that channel, then we can look for extensions lower. The same thing will happen here. If we break below this, it would not be a very good day for Bitcoin. This would actually point towards, what is this going to be? This is towards our very, very low levels after coronavirus. Not saying that will happen, of course not. Just saying that that is a possibility. But we will be prepared and we're able to make money up and down because we can long and short the market. Okay, because this is a bull flag, it's a higher probability that this will play out to the upside than rather than the downside. Okay, so that's some of the medium term stuff I had to discuss about Bitcoin in today's video. But remember, there's still a bunch of lower term time frames that we need to keep an eye on, like the 4-hour chart, as well as the fact that on these lower term time frames, we'll get an idea of how the week will end. Because if Bitcoin continues to break down here and we close a 4-hour candle below this liquid zone, I believe our next target is going to be around $28,000 per Bitcoin. And if that happens, then the monthly candle close and the weekly candle close will start to look extremely, extremely bearish again. Overall, still constructive here. I wouldn't be looking to, take longer term shorts from this position. I do think that Bitcoin will have an initial bounce around the 10 simple moving average on the weekly chart. That's around $28,000. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. That does line up with one of the levels we're keeping an eye on. And then the next level to pay attention to, if we're going to come down lower, medium term, longer term, is around $22,700. So let's call it $23,000. So if we zoom in here, and remember the weekly candle will close on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's about 2 a.m. South African time. And then let's look at the monthly candle here. We can see that that would then be at the end of this month, which is this weekend. If we did close in any kind of bearish posture, that would be an extremely, extremely bearish signal on the monthly chart for the monthly candlesticks, because that would be a bearish candlestick pattern. And then we can look at the potential of this monthly to cross to the downside on the stochastics and print some major bearish divergences here. I know nobody wants to talk about this, but this needs to be talked about. The fact that Bitcoin would close a bearish candle here and have rejection would then make me extremely bearish even longer term. The reason why I'm saying that, and I'd be looking for a move back down to around $14,000. Reason why I'm saying that is because we are printing some major bearish divergences on the monthly chart, but it's all about how do we end off this week for Bitcoin. If we end off this week overall very bearish, in other words, below $30,800. If Bitcoin closes below $30,800 a coin by Sunday, then I would be looking for this to play out another 2 or 3 months worth of sideways, boring downwards action, which would make us some decent money because we can long and short the market. So we're not too attached to which direction the price is going. We're happy to stick with risk management, technical analysis to give us the edge, and we're happy to manage our risk from certain positions in the market. I just want to explain this one more time. This is the short right now. We did a market short yesterday. It came back up, bounced all the way back up to the 200 simple moving average on the 4-hour chart as a nice little bearish retest there. Got a nice rejection. So I'm still overall bearish, looking for this actually to still come down to $28,000, one of the levels we've been speaking about. So that's going to be my first target. This first target, however, is also my first buy-in area for my longer term position for Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin reaches $28,500, I will be purchasing some Bitcoin for my longer term position. This will be money that I'm happy to put aside for the next 3 to 6 months. Um, then also, as soon as Bitcoin reaches 26,300, I'm also going to be looking to buy some up there. If it reaches 24,600, I'm happy to scoop some more up there. And then 22,800, that's exactly where the weekly 21 exponential moving average was. If you remember, I'll go out to the weekly just now, but remember this bottom zone, 22,800. Now let's go to the weekly chart. And let's see, where is the 21 exponential moving average? Exactly at 22,800. Okay, so that is a significant level. If I can get any kind of Bitcoin at that level, I'm going to be purchasing a big load. Okay, that's me. That's my long-term position. In about 3 to 6 months from now, I can easily double my money. We go back throughout the history of Bitcoin, we can see on the weekly chart, it enjoys pulling back to these levels in the market, the 21 exponential moving average, the purple line. And every single time you would have bought this purple line in a bull market, you would have doubled your money in a matter of another 2 to 3 months. You can see right there, that would have doubled your money. That would have 200x your money. This move right here would have done another 160%. And again, if you buy the purple line, that one would have given you, what's that, 500 and something percent. Let's just do it here. 540% in about 3 months there. So obviously a nice pullback to the 21 is going to be the best place to buy Bitcoin for a long-term position. You can easily buy it for 3 to 6 months and double or even triple your long-term portfolio. Okay, that's enough about Bitcoin. Let's go back to the 4-hour chart. In summary, I'm still overall bearish here, shorter term, still making lower lows and lower highs. I'd be looking for Bitcoin to continue its meltdown here. We did come back up, but like I said earlier, retested that 200 simple with a bearish retest. Obviously, some clear rejection there with an engulfing candle, closing below all major moving averages on the 4-hour chart. That is usually more than enough evidence to me that this is still overall bearish. We can also see an increase in volume when the sellers came into the market. Look at the increase in volume the moment the sellers came into the market. So obviously there's a lot of participation from the selling side in this chart today. I'm going to still be looking for a move back down to 28K, and then I'd be looking to scoop some up. If Bitcoin, and only if Bitcoin, manages to break out to the upside today, and it closes a 4-hour candle above 34,800, let's call it 34,800, yeah, closes a 4-hour candle above 34,800, then I would be looking for this measured move. Remember this measured move from the flag pattern, the bull flag pattern? I'd be looking for this move to ultimately play out. over the next 3 to 6 months anyway. So we'll still be able to capture quite a large chunk of the market. But in the meantime, these shorter term time frames, like the 4 hour chart, where we take these little swing trades in between, we'll start to get a little bit more aggressive with those trades as soon as the market starts trending. So we've made quite a decent percentage gain on our account with our crypto trades up until now. But I do want to show you guys this. For the month of January, we started trading about two and a half weeks ago. We have not really had much movement. As soon as we start getting movement like this, you guys are going to see a completely different story with regards to the signals and the results. Once we start moving, you see if the market moves, we can start banking in some decent profits. But we've really just been playing around sideways in a range, slightly curved down here. Okay, so that's it for Bitcoin. Um, I'm not keeping it short and sweet today. Let's talk about Ethereum next. So Ethereum, as I said yesterday, I think we're going to come back down to test this $1,200 area. We're currently at this area. I do want to say we also see Ethereum still leading the market here overall for cryptocurrencies. And we're still seeing an overall uptrend. The only time that I would be bearish on Ethereum right now is if we were to break 1,140, let's call it 1,111, quadruple one, 1111. Let's call it that level. If Ethereum closes a 4 hour candle below that, I'd be looking for an extension back down to $750, somewhere around here. But to the same token, I'm actually going to be looking to buy some Ethereum around that level first, instead of just waiting for the breakout. I do think that this would be one more good try for Ethereum to the upside here. This is still looking bullish. And if we look at our shorter term Fibonacci levels, um, you know, pretty much where we are around here right now is where I would be looking to enter some positions. Perhaps it will come back down a little bit lower so that we can get a better entry here. But I'll keep everybody up to date. But I'm still looking overall for Ethereum to move its way a little bit more to the upside today, shorter term. Like I said, Ethereum is still not bearish. We're still making overall higher highs and higher lows on the daily chart. And unless we close a daily candle below this level, we're still in an uptrend. We haven't even broken or reversed the trend yet. This would break the trend, and as soon as we close a daily candle below $970, that would reverse the trend for me. And then I'd be looking for that extension to the downside. So for Ethereum right now, let's just play it safe. Let's be patient. Let's wait for the price action to show us exactly what the direction of the market wants to look like. But I'd be looking for a buy opportunity somewhere around here. I wouldn't be looking to short Ethereum anytime soon, unless Ethereum now breaks below this level here and confirms a 4 hour candle below that level. Then I'd be looking for Ethereum to perhaps melt back down. We could take a short position. But over here, I'm going to be looking to take one last good go at a buy position. This would be a higher risk buy. But if we get this, then we could catch another decent move to the upside. If we lose that, then we can still catch the good moves to the downside. So that's my plan and my idea for Ethereum. No trades for Ethereum just yet. I'm waiting for a 4 hour candle close below this previous swing low and below this liquid zone. Then I'd perhaps take a short position that looks something like that. Yeah, maybe something more or less in the lines of that. Okay, so keep an eye out for that one. And then let's talk about Chainlink. Chainlink looking pretty good here as well. I think Chainlink is giving us more or less an idea of what to expect with Ethereum. So the reason why I'm saying this, Chainlink looking very bearish short term at the moment for me here. I would expect Chainlink to come back down towards the $20.50 mark, somewhere around there, maybe even as low as $19.98. Let's call it $20. So I'm going to be looking for this zone to be reached fairly soon. I wouldn't be looking to short this just yet. We see a decline in volume here. It's very possible for us to see a pushback up. This could be a bear trap because the volume's going down and price action's moving down. There's not a lot of participation here. So this could just be some profit taking. So let's have a look at the shorter term levels. Yeah, so the 61.8 is around that $20.50. It's around the 100 exponential moving average. That would be a pretty good buy zone for me. Or if we can make it as low as 19 or $20 again, that would be a pretty good zone. But I also do want to say if if Chainlink, excuse me, turns around here and starts closing 4-hour candles above this liquid zone again, I'm very happy to start buying again, or closes any kind of 4-hour candle above this previous little breakdown point at $23.12. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that one. At the moment, no positions in Chainlink. I wouldn't want to short this at all, and that makes me rethink my Ethereum short idea as well. I would actually not short Ethereum if we close below here. I would only be looking for a possible buy opportunity. Shorting this would maybe be way too high risk at the moment. But Bitcoin, not high risk. Shorting for me, in my personal opinion, I do believe that the price here is still overall bearish, and it's going to continue to just melt its way back down until we start hitting these major levels where we can see some decent transactions happening and some big buyers jump in. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Trade safe and stay in the green. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.
Good morning, guys. So let's quickly do the breakdown for our 3 coins, starting with Binance Coin. Nothing to really note here, as you guys can see, very slow movement in the market. A lot of up and down movement. These wicks actually show you that there's a little bit of indecision. However, what it's also showing me is that price is failing to move higher. Remember what I told you guys yesterday about market structure. We have now currently failed to make a higher high, which is not bullish. So this could also potentially be seen as that head and shoulders we were talking about, the right shoulder forming now. This is definitely a short-term reversal pattern. So we would not be looking currently for any long positions on Binance Coin, to be very honest with you. We're still working within this pitchfork. I will keep this up until it's violated, like I told you guys. So for me, I want to see price going lower. I want to see support starting to be broken down now in coming sessions as we move into the rest of the week. So that's Binance Coin. Not really much to note. Very slow moving price action. This is my line in the sand where we will start to look for short positions. A break of the support at 38.60. I want to see a nice clean break of that support, retest, and then see price going lower. Then Monero, let's quickly chat about Monero. Remember yesterday I told you guys about the market structure here as well. This is not bullish. However, I still want to buy it off here. We're still monitoring price. So what I would be looking for now is a push in the coming days. Hopefully by Friday we can get into this trade. I still like this quite a lot of this region. Even if we take maybe only a 10% move on this, I really still like that. Also, what you can see here is this was a very strong bearish move to the downside. And for you guys that know a little bit about Elliott wave, you would also know that this is a 5-wave move. So we're waiting for the 5th wave. That's the 1, that's the 2, this is the 3, the 4, and now we're waiting for the 5. So I like this setup quite a lot. I told you guys we're going to wait for it, so we're just keeping our eyes peeled for that. Price currently sitting here at a previous structure level. If we start seeing a bounce here, start seeing structure being broken to the upside, then this would negate price pushing down to that lower level, but I really want to see this coming down, and then we will buy off this 116 zone. Then lastly, guys, let's quickly chat about Neo again. What I told you guys, similar to Binance Coin, this is definitely a short-term reversal pattern. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline sitting here. I want to see price breaking down. You can then potentially take a short. However, short would be risky because I'm still overall bullish on this. This is just a short-term correction. Remember what we talked about, buying off the backside of this flag. So I want to see price coming either back to, what is this, 14, or either somewhere here on the backside of this flag. So this is also one to monitor. I think I would rather be patient for the upside move than try and grab a few percent on the downside move. We want to stay with the overall trend and our overall bias. Again, patience is key here. We would rather wait a week or 2 weeks and get into a long-term move that can produce, say, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80%, then try and get in on a 5 or 10% move to the downside. So patiently waiting for this, guys. Big key now is to wait for the setups, to not just jump into any trades. So this is what we will be monitoring for the rest of the week. Trade safe, and we will chat again.